too. There's so much moving around.
Yeah, and if they dash in now, it's a little bit too late. nabbsky gets the first kill against Muffyn, and they're still taking control. nabbsky gets a double. With that flash, though, I don't know if she is able to get another one. You know, Alluka strikes back.
Oh, that leaves Polly alone. She's still going to try to do whatever she can, though, but her back is a little bit exposed. I'm sure she's afraid and considering it, but she needs that spike as well. Moves up front, picks it up. 40 seconds, but look at how Alter Ego Celeste are just surrounding her. They're waiting for that one tap on the spike. And Polly's trying to be careful about it as well.
Small
Toxic screen goes up, but no.
A small mistake from her can be your demise, and Alluka is just waiting for her in that corner. She gets a 3 there. What a wonderful defense.
Positioning herself towards the back of the site, it gave her information towards the middle. And I think that's a tell because of the poison cloud towards mid doors as well. But here we go. Back in the second round, X10S pulling off, I don't know, this is a bit of a default, right? They don't have the spike committed towards a single site. They're kind of holding, expecting ACL to push out, but that's not what they're doing at all.
Yeah, the expectations is really just for information, and information gathered as nabbsky is there. nabbsky as well wants that info, but is denied just by destroying that piece of utility in Eisberg as well here. She's already exhausted 2 of her info gathering utility, but they're striking back. They took back the spike, and it looks like it's going to be an A hit here, Kwek.
I mean, we're down to 50 seconds, and you have no other option. AECL, with the positioning that they have, is just so oppressing. Eisberg, a bit of an off angle. She's not even using her recon. That's how confident she is. Here's the footsteps now, and all she has to do is spray. Gets the first, gets the second, and enerii to support. Narrowly whiffing the second one as well, but she finally collects onto it. babytz approaching from mid doors. They kind of know where she is as well. She's been suppressed. Able to take down enerii though, so a bit of damage, but not before nabbsky closes the door.
Just
really smart ways to adapt to the situation at hand. But at the same time, you can see that this is the style that ACL are going for. And now all of a sudden, they're pushing down for elbow control. They hear the footsteps towards middle. They're calling this out, but it's X10S with the firepower.
Yep, the firepower is there, and Muffyn missed the shot there as the dash comes in, but Alyssa doesn't miss. She takes down enerii, but through the wall, Ayumiii responds, takes down Alyssa. You get my friend, I get you too.
Triangulating through that one little spot. She actually got the wall bang, and that is big value. Now X10S, quick adaptation straight towards A. Alluka knows this. The wall is up. She's trying to shoot down the recon drone, but still has to give herself an advantageous position because they are going to wrap in around onto this. Unfortunately, the wall drops and JinNy takes her out. And that leaves 3 versus 4. All towards the backside of bridge. This does not look good, Donut. They don't have the range right now. It's only nabbsky, perhaps. Maybe Ayumiii with the headhunter. But they have to make a move as well. And look at how Muffin's holding this off angle. As soon as Eisberg swings, the Spectre actually does the job. Ayumiii gets ahead as well. But then babytz answers back in full. nabbsky spraying through the cage actually finds her too. And that leaves JinNy alone. 1-on-1 now. 30 HP. Not much left in the magazine. And Eisberg is going behind her. She knows this. Sends out the recon. Spots her. Got it halfway though, and she's not faking it, but no, the back still exposed, the cape flowing in the wind. JinNy
did lose a couple of rifles during that round, right? It was so close. Well, when X10S was just able to deliver 1 rifle onto this round, and babytz is already walking up here, but there's an Eisberg waiting for her at the back of the door.
Oh my gosh, am I watching the Titanic right now? Eisberg? She's tapping away too. I think she might have seen something, or maybe just trying to bait out a peek. But what I'm focused on is what we have at the middle. enerii with her operator outside of mid doors. However, X10S, they are just split up across the whole map.
Yeah, just one Trailblazer that forced a rotation to come in for Eisberg. What they don't know is somehow babytz hears some of these rotations, and that's why she's gonna take a call. And the spike is nowhere near. Just one piece of utility. You can see how Eisberg has left her post.
Back towards A. Eisberg gets to return as well. It's not too bad. She's hovering around mid, trying to get some information towards
30
halls.
seconds left.
X10S is the fact that if Viper's holding B, let's just go straight into A. We don't have to deal with that toxic
Revealing
screen.
area.
Instead, they use their own toxic screen
I've got your
to push
trail.
in.
Yep. And that's going to be a double anchor ship, right? And babytz has slipped through the doors, gets Eisberg out of the way. But what they have to worry about is mid. There's an operator there for
Planted.
enerii, and that's going to be a nuisance for them before they plant out the spike. But successfully planted here, enerii's just waiting. She is going to get damaged from all of that shock bolts thrown at her. But perfect flash doesn't really come through. It's AECL getting the kills.
And it's all thanks to that toxic screen as well. However, the round's not over yet. It's still damage that's possible to come out from X10S. Muffyn up by stairs. Tailwind activated as well. She gets another and then goes in up front and close. Ayumiii sticks it to half, but unfortunately cannot deal with two targets at once.
While they might have lost map control, they just regain back whatever space they can take.
And I gotta say, like, one of the biggest factors was babytz with that lurk towards halls as well. Even though Eisberg was around that spot the whole time, she had no idea that babytz was in that deep. It's something that's similar to what I saw before from Team Liquid and Yampi doing the same exact thing, but this time back to it. X10S. Another default, but look at your minimap. They're pushing up ACL.
Muffyn gets the first kill and nabbsky is down. There was an intention to try and catch them off guard, but they were the ones who were caught. babytz is just waiting for another one to push up, but because of the Blade Storm, that's high value, and enerii wants to keep that for herself so that she can take another kill. A late trade for enerii.
She hears that reload as well. Creeps up front. But they know she's going in for it too. Muffyn strikes at the right time. A triple kill in the round, and already the B site open right for
30
the
seconds
taking.
left.
Yep, and it's just down to the two anchors. I love the setup here of AE Celeste, wherein they push in B, but leave the anchor ship to the Viper and the Chamber, but it doesn't really work so well for them because X and S are playing it so careful. They expected enerii to be pushing up mid because she has the Blade Storm, so they were so wary about this, and X and S goes in for the punish, but Alluka here is just waiting for a peek out, a little bit of a mistake from AE Celeste, but they're not giving it. Oh, sorry, for X10S, but they're not giving it to AE.
Really,
One
not
enemy remaining.
at all. Zero control granted, and Ayumiii has no choice but to back off. The best she can hope for right now is just exits and maybe to hold on to her bulldog of all things. She runs towards them, but this might not be the right call. She has to stay hidden because there's three on the other side. She's still...
And I love the control of X10 Sapphire here in this
area.
map. They play it slow. It's a different look for them.
incredibly different, and I think what it is perhaps their coach Obi or JinNy, their IGL, calling out to read the tendencies of ACL. They got to be careful about this elbow position though, because Ayumii's gotten wallbang before, not this time though. She does have her operator, and they know that X10S are trying to make a move around mid.
There's gonna be a flash though, but that just displaces her and moves back towards elbow. With how they are positioned in the map, I'm not too sure if they're gonna go and take B instead, but they want to take the picks first.
Got Muffyn with the Blade Storm as well. Uses the Cyber Cage to sneak past, but the trademark spots her instead. Hunters here will be able to give them a little bit more coverage though. Not before Ayumiii swings out, but unfortunately it's a whiff. babytz strikes back, and then the Viper's Pit gets deployed. enerii, she's on a big flank, but with that Viper's Pit, I'm not sure if she can actually find anything. There's just so... or at least 20-30% of it is being blocked off. She still comes back in from behind though, able to get out one, but not before X10S enters back as well. A second flanker is going to be Eisberg, but you still have so many targets. Recon bolt, and they instantly know where to lurk, instantly know where to turn. Holy comes back in as well, and that is just excellent.
But an immediate response. Quick trade for X10S just to gather control back.
Interesting. I mean, it just looks as if ACL has no tools to deal against these obstacles, and even right now, trying out different options, using the toxic screen aggressively to push in towards cave. It doesn't do all that much, but Eisberg, a quick double with the Hunter's Fury. However, you still don't have sight control. That's a big issue. You don't have firepower as well. And enerii on a bit of a flank, but then that Neural Theft comes in. They know exactly where they are. Muffyn able to take out Ayumiii so quickly because of it. enerii and Eisberg now trying to outduel them, but to no avail. The guns just will not do that much. Perhaps a kill with the shock dart.
Yeah. A possible one, but no, it doesn't connect. He's already got into with the Hunter's Fury, but that's a tall task to clutch it out against 3 rifles of X10S.
Able to break up their formation.
Yeah, probably it's also proactivity for the side of AE Celeste, because if 2 anchors are just watching one site, right, you just have to let X10S in one. So the proactivity is seen now with the Viper's Fit deployed here in A. But
oh god,
instant response, double information gathered, but even a tag there by the drone, and then Muffyn strikes, gets Alluka out of the way.
They instantly knew that was completely planned. This is a perfect anti-strat coming in from X10S. And one of your biggest anchors at the start of the round completely deleted like that. You have 0 sight control again. You have to retake with force, with numbers, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. They open up the door just to get a little bit more information, and enerii finds one to help her out, but babytz goes up the hall at such a weird timing, able to take out one, but then alternating in Ayumiii with a second frag on the tour de force that leaves babytz alone. She has to duel all of them on her own. She goes in, counter strafes, gets 1 shot, but not 2. enerii gets the 3rd as well, and the
pounce.
And it's that pounce as well. I mean, enerii to start things off on the site itself. So now, perhaps a tiny loss of confidence, just trying to get a little bit more information. X10S playing the default, and it's so far back as well. Using the recon to scout out mid right now, but that just gives away their position. Ayumiii instantly knows how to peek out onto this.
Yeah, and that's the proactivity that probably Redco mentioned to them. You have to actually be the first ones to take the first kills, but babytz an immediate response to take down Alluka yet again.
Of all players, your Viper's the one that falls. That could be an issue. That could be a crack in the door for X10S to slip in. That said, though, they're not just aggressing yet. This is still not that safe. nabbsky could toss in a fragment grenade just to slow them down a little bit.
That could, actually, because there's no more of that toxin screen to really take... consider a problem, actually. And X10S, you're just gonna walk in.
They're gonna use that toxic screen to set up for a retake instead. That's kind of smart, but they have to be very careful about this. X10S positioning ever so careful. They're backing up into cave as well, setting up for some post plants, and then the pop flashes to go through. babytz collecting on quick triple. Ayumiii makes it a trade, and now the sisters in arms, they have to pull this back. Unfortunately, they don't have that much time, and with the post plant coming in as well, and I don't know if they can actually do this. Alyssa, sharp as ever, takes off enerii's head, and then the recon. Oh my god, X10S.
Defuse from AECL, and X10S, they deliver it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, and I think... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, you have to consider, like, Ayumiii had an operator that round. It was such a heavy investment, and they still lost.
now they're forced to use the headhunter yet again for Ayumiii. Yes, she's been getting kills with this weapon, and it's very vital for them to use, especially for this round. That range is going to be a consideration, and range for enerii is there, but she falls back. Wants to get another kill. Just does damage, but not a frag that they need. And Muffyn just yeets out of there. She doesn't want anything to do with Enerei's Blade Storm, but she gets punished. Alyssa is there to save the day.
It's gonna be enerii that gets yeeted out instead. Yeeted out of the map, yeeted out of the round. And at 6-3, I cannot believe how prepared X10S look right now. Every single little movement that Alter Ego Celeste makes, they have a contingency. Look at how Polly is lurking inside of mid right now. The rest of them pushing up, and they're not afraid to deal with this as well. Who needs cover? Because ACL aren't going to duel us. They only have sheriffs. He said, I'm going to take the duel to them, says Muffyn. Pushes up front, tailwinds to the other side of yellow. Tries to catch them off while their attention is drawn away. She goes in. She gets a quick second one. And then Ayumiii takes her out. But of course, babytz to support. Fire support is here and ready to strike.
For babytz, once Muffyn is down, I mean, the instant save there. Charades come in for X10S, and AECL, they're not as quick to respond to the kills that X10S are giving them.
We're nearing the end of the half now, and oh my god, it's the same read. This time, it's X10S that pushes up, though, with a pop flash that they just cannot react to. Remember, this is the new patch 506, and even then, nabbsky's gonna try to do whatever she can to anchor this down. Singing the prelude to chaos, she hides.
And this is not her song, though.
Wall. You might just be right. That's it. Oh, and then the Seekers, yeah.
But she sings now as a choir together with two of her other members of the team. Great recon ball to try and figure out where they are. babytz, a rare miss from her, but instantly fades away, and enerii takes one first. She gets a double. It's her song anyway, and babytz, she has to get this recovery back with nabbsky. She has the last laugh, and probably this is a great win for AECL to get, but when they pounce, and probably that's going to be their trigger before they do.
Exactly. Just keep your finger on that trigger. Play it safe. Give yourself escape routes and then go in for that retake. Even if Muffyn goes in for the Blade Storm, that could be ultimately denied by that KO utility from nabbsky. However, X10S, they're using hauls. Look at how Muffyn dashed in. Instantly taking control over the back of the site, and now Ayumiii is pinned down. Easy way to push in to take her out, and enerii trying to hide behind Cobble, but no! JinNy just says, this is now my domain. You no longer have to stay here. You are evicted. The remaining two, again with a null command, they want to pry open up the site, but they have to do it together. Alluka on her own, though, making it a little bit easier. But now that she's gone, nabbsky with a null command, her position is just being given away. She has to pop flash. She has to find ways just to close in the distance. All of them now trying to play some sort of post plant, not to mention babytz trying to swing off the tap. nabbsky knows this, though. She pushes up front, but babytz was prepared for it. You have activated my trap card.
Rhythm back to their favor. But I'm not too sure with how they're gonna do it, because the proactivity now for X10S is here. Instant flash in towards mid. But there's nobody there, nobody's home. But it's instead the B side that they want to take, and Muffyn instantly gets the kill.
It's the trap wire from babytz. This is what I was talking about right before the map started. This is why X10S went in with this specific composition. Most optimally, you might see the chamber, but no, tripwire instead. Alyssa with the sky as well. This could give them an edge in the retake. So even though ACL's getting the spike down, I'd say they have to be very careful about this. Ayumiii, though, she's still holding around pyramid. Meanwhile, the rest of them trying to lurk around middle, trying to play around cave. I'm very curious about what nabbsky's about to do. Oh.
This might be a perfect timing for her, but JinNy spots her out first.
Damn.
And the diffuse is also coming in.
Are you serious?
There's also a smoke, but there's decay, but not much damage.
No!
It's a round one yet again. But the X10 AECL, they didn't learn from their lesson. Yes, probably. I don't know. My jaw is also dropped here, Kwek, and I've already picked it up, but I can't say anything. I guess it's also my tongue twisted at the moment, tongue-tied with what just happened here. And AECL, the mistakes were made, but it's all about recovery, right? And they want to try and recover by going here through A. nabbsky is already tagged down, and Alluka here. That's a great pickoff. It's against Muffyn.
Could be a potential bait and switch play up in halls as well. Eisberg now able to trade out against Alyssa. Unfortunately, sight not quite clear yet. They're both trying to do something on both sides. A bit of an A split, but still, X10S, they have that firepower, and that's what they're counting on. Teamwork as well, and each and every one of them covering all possible angles. Enerii has to come up huge. She has to find remaining two. Sheriff.
Enerii, she's her own firepower, right? She has the Sheriff in hand, and it's a big possibility, but she is dagged down to 22 HP. And this must be frustrating for her because the spike is being guarded by two. It's Polly and babytz, two of the most consistent players of X10S. And once her ponytail is seen, it'll be dead. That's why babytz confirms it. 10 now for X10S.
Together, they got two Spectres. Surely just spraying will do the trick. This time around again, though, AECL back in with the rifles. They have a little bit more information now, but Muffyn just trying to back off. Unfortunately, tailwinds into a wall, so a bit of an advantage to AECL this time.
Yeah, she bumped her head there. There was nothing else that she could do. Even if you have the ability and if you use it not at the right time, that's going to be a disadvantage. But JinNy's trying to look for more information. What they don't know is they're all clumped up here in the B site. And Alyssa is just watching mid at the moment, but the rotations are coming in. They know that X10S, babytz, has all of those tripwires there, and they already tripped, right? And they don't want to trip yet again.
This is towards the A side we go, but now JinNy, as well as babytz peeking out, they know it's an A hit. They have the information. JinNy's suspicions were confirmed. If she peeks out at the right time, she could get them behind mid doors. Alyssa trying to block them off as well. The thrifty route, it's actually working. I mean, the bonus, excuse me. Just off that one little peek, just off the information gathered, JinNy's doing so much, and now Enerii Eisberg, they have to outduel everyone on the site itself. Unfortunately, though, the snake bite, the Sheriff, this is daylight robbery, Donut.
Yeah, this is just unfortunate for AE Celeste, but they have the chance to pick up the pieces. They should be the one changing up the pace, but it's still X10S defining it for them. And that I think those are the mistakes that AECL have to consider. And even Polly here, the smoke! Double headshot against Enerii and nabbsky. I don't know what I'm watching here, Kwek.
Tell you what you're watching. This is just X10S telling them that you shall not pass. Well, Ayumiii at the very least managed to go up towards the pyramid, but not the spike carrier. And with this information, X10S are now slowly starting to surround and constrict AECL around the site itself. Without any frags, without any possible weaponry or information, AECL just might get choked out here, Donut.
Yeah, I mean, the choke is insane as well. And perfect timing for that recon bolt reveals that there are two more there. That's why they get the kills. And Alyssa confirms match point for them. And it was also a flawless round.
This is X10S just basically telling the ACL, it's like, shh, just, it's all right. Just go to sleep. We'll go to the next map. It's okay. You can try to push out mid, but you know what? Everyone's gonna watch down. Muffyn able to get one. nabbsky does pull off a trade though, so still back to even odds. AECL might be able to pull something back, but there is a huge obstacle in the Viper's Pit on B.
I'm not too sure if AE Celeste would want to push forward here.
Oh, God.
They send down the drone to try and figure out where Polly is, but
I guess...
even the suppression blade doesn't really catch her. She's still there, intact, with a Viper's Pit.
Unbelievable. And you just spent your utility. Like, what other options do you have right now?
Uh-oh.
Going back into explore mid. nabbsky able to outduel Alyssa. Maybe TZ still there though, so they have to be careful. But oh God, losing 2 players, not like that. nabbsky 7 HP.
30
They managed to use the advantage, the initiative, to go straight back into A, possibly trying to catch off X10S on timing, but
Spike planted.
JinNy's prepared for this as well. Guns are at the ready. nabbsky holding the off angle, just trying to watch in for it. She heard the footsteps as well, but she has to nail that perfect shot. JinNy, thinking smarter of it though, goes straight up to the top of the door. And that's when your back just might be exposed. nabbsky pushing up front. Oh, I like this. Still up by the top of bridge. Eisberg a little bit exposed. She jumps back around. Polly takes her out though. nabbsky has to do it all on her own. She's gotten the 4th. She has to make it an ace. Timing is crucial as well now as Polly sticks it down. Null command activated to give her an extra life, but no! She just tries to deny the defuse, but she's still able to stick it, Polly!